So I'm Grant. I don't know if everyone knows me or not, but I'm Tom's son, the sharpshooter over here. I don't know if they switched my target out with his or what happened, but somehow, it's good. But so I'm going to be a senior this year, and it's been like Don said, I guess, it's been a hard couple of years. It's been just a lot different than what I grew up in. So when I was really young, I grew up in a really Christian home with dad and mom planted a church, and I think my dad was pastoring it when I was born. And so just grew up in this little farm town in Michigan, and it was just full of good friends and good community and just good Christian people. And so as I grew up, it kind of was a shock to me that not everyone was like that. And it was getting to the upper 7th, 8th grade, middle school, I started seeing that, not everyone is like our family, and most people aren't, as a matter of fact. So that was kind of like, oh, I got to make a decision here. Do I want to be with these people, or do I want to, do what my parents want me to do? That's kind of how I viewed it then. Then I figured out we were moving to South Carolina, going to the beach and all that good stuff. Should have been really excited, but for some reason I was not at all. I was really mad. It was a really hard time in my young life. It was just a big, big change for me. I grew up in the same house my whole life and had the same friends and same little safe place. And so when we moved down here, I was in complete culture shock, didn't know anybody. I think we moved in like 3 days before school started. I mean, it was a little rough. And I was really mad at my parents. And for about the first 6 months of my freshman year, I think I just I was angry at God and my parents, and just kind of got depressed, didn't have any friends, nothing to do. And so I kind of got sick of it and decided, all right, screw that, I'm gonna do what everyone's doing, I'm gonna try to fit in and have fun, and just live the fun Pawleys Island beach life. And so started getting in the wrong crowds, making the wrong friends, and by sophomore year I was doing a lot of the wrong stuff. I was drinking a lot, smoking, doing just a bunch of stuff that is just not what God wants for us. And it was a big problem with my parents and I. They would just constantly be catching me. I was getting in trouble, and we just kept growing farther and farther apart. And I kept getting more unhappy and more unhappy. And I think I was going into my junior years when we went to this camp in Michigan. It was a missionary church camp, the church organization that my dad works for, and it was just eye-opening to me to go around with these are people I see once a year, and they were just so welcoming, and we just had the most fun I think I had since I moved down here. Just playing volleyball and hanging out, worshiping, going to service 2 times a day, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. So I kind of recommitted my life to Christ there, but then when I came back, it was just hard to, find new friends and just completely abandon what you've been doing here for the past 2 years and your whole reputation and all that. So I kind of fell back into my old ways and everything. And then I think it was more forced at first, but I ended up going to some Christian counseling that my parents kind of pushed on me at first, but it ended up being very beneficial for me to just go talk to somebody that I knew was just there for me, to hear me and to give honest advice to me. And then I also started going to All Saints Youth Group, which is where I'm at now, and I really connected with the youth pastor there, and I think that's when it all started turning around for me, is I really got connected there at All Saints, and I kind of, at that point, I was like, all right, something needs to change. This isn't fun. This isn't what I want for my life. God's plan, whether I can see it or not right now, that it's going to be better in the end. So I really just kind of dove in, thinking there was nothing else I could do. And this past summer has just been the biggest blessing in my life. I had the opportunity to go out to California to this camp called Jay's Ranch, and it's this 2-week adventure camp. It was awesome. We just worshiped every night, and I just had the purest form of joy I think I've ever experienced in my life, just worshiping with these people that I didn't know, and it was just awesome. And since then, I've just kind of realized in the past 3 months, everything I've been preached at since I was 4 years old, walking around Vacation Bible School, I was finally realizing and seeing in my own life that this is truly, so much better than what maybe will satisfy you for a short time. That you just have joy no matter what. Days like you just always have that happiness when you know that God's in control, instead of just having happiness from circumstances and substances. So I've joined the leadership team. I've really plugged in, kind of removed myself from the wrong crowd, and it's just been so much more fun and so much more just meaningful. I feel like my life has just completely turned around, and for college, for an example, I had no idea. I wanted to go to the biggest party school I could find, and now my number one choice is a big Christian school in Virginia. So it's just things like that. It's just God's really showing and guiding my life, and it's just been a huge blessing. So one verse I wanted to share with you that's really been crucial in my, especially this summer. They talked about it a lot at the ranch in California. It's Romans 8:28. It says, "And we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, and those who are called according to His purpose." So I just think that's a really encouraging verse to all the good, all the bad, everything that I've been through, and people around me, people I love, that things that they've been through, it all works together in God's master plan for good somehow, even though we can't see it, sometimes in the moment. But so it's just been awesome to see that the growth and change in some of the friends that I've made recently through me, and it's just been a big change from just even the past year. So I'm still going into college, still doing all kinds of new scary things. So I don't have it all figured out. Still don't know what God's master plan is for me. So if y'all could still pray for me for the next few years especially, that would be awesome. Thank you.